Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker here, and today what we're going to have a look at is a knife that, and I do have to apologize here. I'm a little bit kind of goofed out here because I've been watching some of my videos and I want to get better. I want to make this a really, really good experience for you guys, and I can't, have a better looking face. All I can do is try to maybe perfect my technique, make this easier, as best I possibly can. And one of the things that drives me crazy when I'm watching my own videos is my eyes, they look like they're turning this way. And it's because I'm watching the screen at myself, trying to make sure that I've got everything in focus, but the camera is on the side here. So it just makes my eyes look a little bit goofed. So I'm going to try to correct that, try to stare at the camera where that way I'm looking like I'm engaging better and it's not so kind of weird. And it's only a little bit because most of the time we're going tabletop anyways. So what we want to have a look at here today is we want to have a look at I ended up picking up this Spyderco 6-inch utility knife, 3 months ago or so, and it's got some, what is this again, MBS 26 steel. And MBS 26 steel is nothing to write home about, but I guess Spyderco's got a really good proprietary heat treat system, and it keeps the edge on it quite long. But we've had it for about 3 months. I've used it quite extensively. This has been about my number one knife in the kitchen. And I've just kind of gone with the steel a little bit, and it's to the point now where it needs to be sharpened. It's got an edge, but it's not if you're a knife guy, this is like the worst edge in the world. I mean, it's just, that's the back side, but that's what it feels like. I don't want to do that with this side because it still will cut my skin, but it's nowhere near as good an edge as a knife guy wants to have. So now this knife here, it is a thinner knife, and a lot of people enjoy that thin knife, so it's got some flex to it. But these knives, kind of like filleting knives, I do not like to sharpen, or boning knives. Those knives with those really flexible edges, it just takes a lot of practice and a lot of attention, and I don't like sharpening them, plain and simple. So, you've got a stone, you can hold it, but even then it gets a little bendy, but when you go to strop it, it's a little bit bendy. So I've always felt that if you can find yourself a really good pull-through sharpener with these kind of knives, and not to necessarily do your sharpening for the, the whole rest of your life, but I mean, just, that's it, the one sharpener, but it's just nice to be able to, if it's a little bit dull, rather than steal it, maybe give it a couple of pulls through, and just to get it tip-top till I can finish my cooking job. And then if I do a really, really good, my King Waterstone 1000, 6000 grit, that'll put a wicked edge on this, and that'll be good for another 3 or 4 months. But something just to keep it kind of topped up or sharp. And I hate, if you have one of these in your kitchen, throw it away. One of those carbide sharpeners, and it's got the two little square carbides that are like this, and all it does is it peels steel off. And I mean, it leaves kind of not a sharp edge. It leaves a cutting edge, but it's not a really sharp edge. It's basically what it's doing is it's got a whole bunch of teeth on there, and it's sawing through like whatever you're cutting through. So it's not truly sharp, and it really, really messes an edge up. It also really shortens the life of your knife because you're taking way too much steel. So when you actually pull through that thing, and get a white cloth or a white paper towel, put that sharpener on there, pull your knife through it a bunch of times, and you'll see how much shavings are left there. It's horrible. So one of the things I felt that was always been pretty decent is some ceramic pull-through sharpeners. Now I've got, my Spyderco with the Spyderco sticks here, Sharpmaker, and that does a pretty decent job. But I mean, whoever sharpened this knife right off the top of the bat out of the Spyderco factory, they got one edge bevel really quite a bit bigger than the other one, and I'm not sure you can see in here. But so what I've ended up doing here is I've stopped over and I've picked up the ASPEKT pull-through sharpener over at Ikea, and we're going to give that a little bit of a go. I've also got my digital microscope open, so we will have a look at a couple of snapshots of the edge. I've taken a snapshot of about middle here on this side and the other side too as well, just to give you an idea, and we'll see if this will actually do a little bit of sharpening. So let's head to the tabletop. It is 4 minutes in the video, and yeah, people say I talk too much. Okay, tabletop now, let's have a look. All right, so here we have a ASPEKT sharpener, and it looks like, if you look at the bottom here, there's a little bit of a lip. You can pop that open, and then inside here is the sharpening stones, and it looks like there is a couple of gray stones. Now I had a look online, and it doesn't really say what these are made out of. I do believe it calls them porcelain. So that's polyamide, feldspar porcelain, and polycarbonate plastic. So nothing really to write home about. And it looks like you can see here, it's got a little bit of pattern on there on both sides. So it looks like it's going to do something there. So what you want to also do is it's got a little water reservoir. And according to the directions, basically you drop a little water in there, you close it up, and you pull through, 10 times or so. So what we'll do is we'll do that. But in the meantime, what we'll also do here is we'll put a little bit of black marker here along the edge, just so you can see. And I'm not sure if you can see here. You've got two little bevels here, and one of them here is really quite a bit smaller than the other one. So, and before I do that, I'll just show you how sharp this is. Got a piece of paper here that I'm having a hard time separating from its brother, from its mate. And you can see how it does. Like I said, it is, it does have a kind of an edge to it, but it's not by any stretch of the imagination a really, really usable edge. And you can see it's cutting very, very jagged. And what we'll do here is we'll also do here is a tomato. And so we'll cut through this tomato here, and you can see here, that's the big thing. There, took a bunch of cuts before it actually, and that's one of the things I absolutely hate when I'm cutting a tomato, is how it starts to skip along the edge, and then it cuts through. That to me is not the way to go. So let's put that aside. And the other thing that I did is I took a picture here of this edge, and we'll insert those edges here too as well, so you can have a look at it now. All right, so we've just put a little bit of, marker here on it, and let's just see what that in. And I just it just highlights, contrasts how much it's taken off, and we'll let that dry for a second. And I don't really have some water handy, but I've got here some little bit of water in this eyeglass cleaning bottle that I use to spray on top of my I use it to spray in my on my stones. And so there you go. So I don't know if this necessarily soaks up water, these stones. They just say to use them with the water. And then so now we close them up like that. Let's clean up a little bit of the water here. All right, and let's just see here. So let's probably go 5 strokes, and then we'll take a picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so let's have a look. You can see how it has kind of taken the end away of the marker. And let's take a little picture here under the old microscope. And let's just see. Sorry. All right. Take a picture. Oh, right about the center. That's what we're doing, right there. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1, click. And now we'll take a picture of the other side. 3, 2, 1. And it doesn't look like it's really doing the 2 sides evenly. So now I'm going to run this back and forth, and we'll just see what happens there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's just wipe this off, and let's feel. It is sharper, but it's not um, uh, as sharp as I think it should be. I mean, yeah. Here, let's run 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I am putting fairly good pressure on there. Okay, well let's put out the old tomato and let's just see how it does through there. Okay. No, you can hear. Oh, it's not really super more sharper or noticeably more sharp. Yeah, I'm a little bit. I had a little bit higher hopes for this. Perhaps do we happen to have a strop handy? We do. I just don't see this. This seems to be pretty awful. Here, let's give it a couple of strops. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'm afraid it's just not. And let's go through the paper here real quick. Let's try the paper test. I'm pretty disappointed here so far. I mean, like I said, it is sharper. And, you know, I probably could have said, oh, this is fantastic. Does a great, absolutely smoking fantastic job. But I just, because I've cut paper for so long, I know how to cut it. And I am not, by the touch of this, I am not super impressed. Yeah, I think what I might end up doing here is let's try something else. Let's try 20 strokes, and then that'll be the last one, because we will have given it, and then we'll take a few pictures here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, let's dry it off now here. Dry that off a little bit, and let's just feel. It is a little sharper. Let's try the tomato again. Maybe I'm just giving up on this a little too early. Maybe, you know, 40 or 50 strokes will be the one. You can tell she's an old tomato, right? It cut a little bit better. Oh, but there we go. She's got the old sawing motion again. Man, oh man. I'm going to have to say I'm not too impressed. Not too impressed at all. And one thing we're going to do here real quick is I have this white rag, and let's just see. Let's dump some water on there. Let's just see if it took off a lot of steel or what the scoop is. There. So you can see that it is discolored a little bit. It looks like it either took off some steel or perhaps wore the little things inside. Yeah, I might have to try on a few different knives and give you an update. But what we'll do here is I will finish off this video here. Let's have a quick look at the edge. And you can see right along the middle, there's one picture, and then I'll give you a picture of the other side just as a contrast. And yeah, you can see how it did make a little bit of a bevel, but yeah, I'm not super impressed with the results. I think there can be more, and I might give her a 50 or 60 or 70 strokes just to see. But for now, hey, this is a $9 that if you're you're a plain old cook and you were looking for a little bit of a sharpener, if you got an extreme budget, this will, I think, to save your money. Save your money. $9.95. Ikea. Hey, I love Ikea stuff. I think the Swedish have got some fantastic fantastic ideas, but I don't think that this is one of them. This one just doesn't do it for me. So now, there is though one that has 3 in it. It's got a coarse, a medium, and a fine stones in them. They're not discontinued. They're sold out all over Canada. So I'm going to, next time that's in stock, I'm going to bring one of those in, and we'll see if the fine, coarse, medium stone, pull through will do a lot better. But for this one, save your money, folks. Save your money totally. Now, thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please, please stay safe. Keep your stick on the ice. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.